I gotta be honest, when I heard that they were doing a Peacemaker spin-off series, I was thinking of all the characters from that new Suicide Squad movie. I almost said Suicide Squad. I work out. Why him? You know who else works out though? John Cena. You know what else John Cena's passionate about aside from working out so he can look jacked on screen? This character. You know who else is passionate about this character? James Gunn. And you know who makes great content? James Gunn. I wasn't initially too excited for Peacemaker, but being that Gunn is so reliable, I figured, hey, let's give it a shot. And no surprise, it was awesome. But why was it awesome? Let's find out. Okay, I'm done. I get it. That's not funny. Gunn, as a filmmaker, has truly mastered playing to his strengths. It's like he figured them out and then he ran with them. So what are those strengths? 1. The neurotic main character confronting their childhood trauma. 2. A diverse ensemble of likable characters. 3. Lovable animal side characters. You probably could put that in 2, but who cares? 4. Twisted sexual humor. Unless it's, Marvel. And 5. Lots and lots of violence. Unless it's, Marvel. Peacemaker has all of this and more thanks to being an 8-episode miniseries rather than a feature film. I should really figure out how to get this right next to the camera. Full disclaimer, I don't memorize anything. I'm literally gonna just look off my computer here. Sorry, you won't get to watch me look at you. That was creepy. John Cena gives the performance of his career in this, crafting a character that we initially just enjoy being a lunatic asshole, but over time, much like the office workers from the Suicide Squad, we learn to sympathize with him and actually want to see his character grow. Speaking of the side characters from the Suicide Squad, I was really surprised that they were in this, that they were like main characters, and it was really cool to see them again and see them become fleshed out people. Economist and Harcourt are awesome, and I also really love, I forgot how to say her name, Adebayo, Myrn, and Vigilante. It's so weird how different Vigilante is in this show from his portrayal in Error. If we're talking about seasons 4 and 6, that's accurate. But I meant to say Arrow. These are all really welcome additions to what I like to call the gun branch of the DCEU. Initially, I was kind of on the fence about Vigilante because he bordered on being annoying, like he was almost the Jar Jar of this series. But over time, I really grew to like his friendship with Peacemaker, and it does play a pretty important role. And I think it was episode 4, he had a great action scene and just a great character moment, and I was like, okay, I think we all need a Vigilante in our lives. A psychotic, twisted friend that has three-way affairs with us. That's my lifestyle. I don't know why I'm being so creepy in this. This is just the theme. I guess I'm going along with the whole neurotic James Gunn theme. That's right, I'm gonna become a James Gunn character in this. I also found it really refreshing to see a superhero story take place in somewhere that wasn't New York or San Francisco. This looks more like somewhere I would live than anything. And it makes sense that these two guys, Vigilante and Peacemaker, like, they're just absolute lunatics in this town. They're just these crazy, psychotic assholes just walking around in these ridiculous costumes, just, like, killing people. Yeah, they're rightfully convicted felons. Lastly, I really want to give the T-1000 himself, Robert Patrick, a round of applause for his performance in this, because he is easily the most unlikable piece of shit that the DCEU has given us so far, and probably, like, in any comic book movie in the past few years. He is, my god. He's such an asshole. It really is the way that he treats Chris, aka Peacemaker, that ultimately allows us to sympathize with his character down the road. So this leads me to the main topic that I want to discuss, and this is the character development of Christopher Smith. After killing Flag in the Suicide Squad and getting hospitalized from the injuries he sustained in that badass standoff with Bloodsport, this character slowly begins to develop more of a conscience. He had a clear identity before, the Peacemaker, I'll kill as many men, women, and children as I need to for peace. But this identity is deconstructed throughout the course of the series as he realizes the flaws in his worldview and how they affect his ability to have genuine personal relationships, and for people to actually see him as the hero that he thinks he is. He realizes he rightfully is a convicted felon that was shaped by the twisted worldview of his white supremacist father. Gunn is no stranger to making you empathize with bad people because he shows why they became the way that they did. Much like, say, Wilson Fisk in Daredevil. We come to see Chris as just the grown-up version of this manipulated child who lost the one real healthy human connection he had due to his own mistakes. The guilt has kept him from truly growing up. only sinking deeper into being what his father wanted him to be, but never living up to that idea in spite of always reaching for that approval, the approval that will never come. To me, Peacemaker gives a voice to those who were wronged as children, who were taught to hate themselves and now have incredible difficulty connecting with people and making friends. And the friends we do end up making, well, we push them away. We fuck it up and then wonder why everyone hates us. As Peacemaker slowly comes to learn that he was abused by his father, it's truly heartbreaking. But it is here he realizes that his team that he's been working with on this mission is his second chance at having a good life, at having a family, and through them, learning to be the actual hero he's meant to be. The hero who doesn't inflict a worldview on people, but one who protects our ability to choose our own fate and decide our own downfall or uprising. Gun's formula being translated to a miniseries isn't always perfect, as most of the episodes lack hooks that make you feel like you have to see the next episode. But because you know each episode is going to be good, that's totally fine. And while this show has a lot of depth and clearly had a lot of things to say, it does not mean it slacks on the action front. The action here is frenetic, the camera moves around so much, it's in a way that's awesome, not like in a shaky cam way, but in like the way it tracks with the movement. It's excellent action. It is as frenetic and engaging as the Suicide Squad, and always serviced the story and building the characters. It's really fun to see people we can relate to, like Economos, getting their moments to shine, and showing us you don't have to be the big bulky man in a, spandex suit to be brave and kick some ass. This show, much like Gunn's other work, is so human and so fun that I loved every second of it. It's weird. A lot of people aren't excited for the future of the DCEU, but if they keep hiring the right people, if they get more people like James Gunn to make personal shows, tell personal stories that don't always have to be connected, I think they're gonna do just fine. I think they'll actually do very well. And I'm not gonna say, oh, they're gonna be better than Marvel or anything, because I don't care if they're better or worse than Marvel. I just want good content. I just want good human content. I'm going to be doing more videos talking about what DC does really well on the movie front and what they don't do very well, because, plenty of people have talked about what they haven't done very well. But there's a lot of positive things to say, and that was ultimately why I wanted to make this video, was to share some positivity and to just talk about some of the deeper ideas that Peacemaker explored. It was good stuff. So if you want more content like that, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notifications too, or do whatever you want. I don't really care. I care. Please do it. Please. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go finish my coffee and, throw this bad boy together and send it out. But it's already out. I think the most appropriate way to close out this video is by giving you a peace sign on the Peacemaker video. Actually, if we were really to make it like Peacemaker, I'd throw you the peace sign and then I would murder you. But I'm just gonna do the peace sign.